Kalkalosh, Erev Tov, Masechet Batra Daf Elmaleh Amud Aleph 41a1. We're going to start on the last line of Mem Amud Bet 40b. Iba Elohu. They're going to ask the following question. Remember, we were speaking about the entire concept of giving over a secret gift document. So now the Gemara is going to ask the following question: Iba Elohu, Stamama. What is the law if it was unspecified where the document should be written? So Ravina comes and he says, Lo chashinan. We're not going to be concerned that it might be considered a secret document. And Ravashi says, chashinan v'yichota b'uras alachada, chashinan, that we are going to suspect that this is a secret gift document, and therefore it might be void, because if it's going to be a secret gift document and you don't want to show it in front of everybody, so that's not a good gift document. Okay? Fine. Mishnah on Elmaleh Amud Aleph, the Mishnah on the top of the page. Kol chazaka shenima ta'ana. In a chazakah, when you have a chazakah, but you don't have a reason for the chazakah, it's not a chazakah, because basically the chazakah is only trying to help you with your claim. But if you don't have a claim, that's not a chazakah. Imagine somebody comes and he tells you, what are you doing here? Well, I've been here for 3 years. Okay, but what are you doing here? Well, I just came in and I just was here for 3 years. No. It's if you already have a claim that, for example, I bought it, and now I don't have a receipt or things like that. So then it helps the chazakah that I've been there for 3 years, that is good. But if I don't have any chazakah, if I don't have any ta'ana, it doesn't help. Keitza, what is the case? Amarlo, he tells him, what are you doing in my property? Well, Amarlo, he tells him, nobody ever told me anything. So in a chazakah, it's not a chazakah. He says, Shemachartali, that you sold it to me. Shenatali matano, you give it to me as a present, or avicha machrali, your father sold it to me, or avicha nato, or your father gave it to me as a present. It is a chazakah, it is a chazakah. If you came that it comes as an inheritance, which means that it comes as Yerusha, you don't need any type of another claim whatsoever, because once it comes as Yerusha, as inheritance, it's going to be okay. Says the Gemara, Pshita, it's obvious. If right now he has no claim, obviously then it's not good, whatever he's doing here. So says the Gemara, I would have thought to say, Hi Gavra Mizban Zavna Le Hi Ara. I would have said that maybe this person did bemet buy the property. And he had the document and he lost it. So why is he saying this? Salvari thought, if he thought that if I'm going to come and I'm going to say that I actually bought it, they're going to tell me, show me your document. He lost it. So therefore, I'm just going to say, we're going to say for him, maybe we should say that for him. The really bad meant he did have it and he lost. For this, right? So he says, do we open up our mouths for somebody that's mute? Meaning, I would have thought to say that somebody doesn't know how to say his ta'ana, he doesn't know how to say his claim, we should say it for him, but he just doesn't know. So the Gemara comes to teach you that we don't do that. Meaning, we're not going to ever come and suggest a certain claim. Whatever he says, that's it. We're not going to be the defendants or the lawyers for the person. That's it. Whatever he says, he says. Okay, another mnemonic again is going to be now Anav. He says it's talking about Anan, Kahana, and Bitka. Okay, so let's start. Ravanan. Shakal Bitka Be'are. A flood swept through the land of Ravanan. Azal Hadar Guda Be'are de Chavre. Ravanan went and he was going to repair the damage. And by accident, he replaced a fence inside his neighbor's land. So therefore, the neighbor realized the mistake. And he wanted to move it back to the original position. Meaning he moved it in too much. And he said, hey, move it back. Where's your borderline? So and he says, go and return it to the former place. So says the Gemara, he says, one second, but I have a chazakah. So he says, Elmaleh, who does that call like exactly chazakah? Like Rabbi Yudah Ishmael, call the Amri, they say, anything which is in front of him, it's not a chazakah. Even if it was not in front of him, it's still a chazakah. Why? Because the halacha is not like Rabbi Ishmael and Rabbi Yudah. So Elmaleh, so Ravanan tells Rav Nachman, Va'achil, he was mochel. Because he helped me build the fence. So if he helped me build the fence, he's relinquishing his rights, which means he's agreeing to it. So Elmaleh comes and he answers the mechila b'tauti. It was a mechila b'tauti. It was a mistake from the beginning. The reason why he helped you in the fence was not because he was mochel. He didn't realize. So that's the way it happened. Just like you did not realize the error, so to your neighbor did not realize the error as well. Meaning you made a mistake, you didn't realize it, because he's not going to realize it. Fine. Another incident very similar. Rav Kahana Shakabit Kabare, a flood swept through Rav Kahana's land. Azanada good about the love the day. Again, he put the fence in a place where it's not really his. Elmaleh from Ubet, 41b. Atalak in the review that came from review, the Azalaita Teresa that they brought two witnesses. Khadamar Tartiat Yuta Al. One of them said that he encroached 2 rows into the land. Khadamar Tlat, and one of them said 3 rows into it. Amalei said, Zil Shalim Tartemigo Tlat. Goner saw 2 out of the 3. Amalei, so he says, 1 second, but Kiman, he says, I don't understand what's going on. One witness said 2, one witness says 3. Why in the world do I have to do 2? So he says, it's like Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar. The Tanya was willing to write that Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar, לא נחלקו בית שמאי ובית הלל על שתי קטעי עדים שאחת אומר מנה ואחת אומר 200, right? שיש בכלל 200 מנה. Imagine one witness comes and he says, you owe me $200. Another witness comes and says, you owe me $100. So within the 200 is the 100. So that means even Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel, they both agree, שבכלל 200 mana, and therefore there are 2 witnesses testifying on 100. One of the witnesses is also saying on 200, but for sure he's testifying on 100. Al-Manech, what is the machloket then? Al-Katechad, one of them says, Maneh, ve'echad omer 200, שבית שמאי אומרים, בית שמאי come and said, נחלקו עדותן, that it's actually testimony which is divided, because you can't collect it at all, because they're arguing with each other. Bet Hillel says, יש בכלל 200 maneh. Right? So he comes and he says, according to Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar, Bet Hillel accepts the common aspects of the testimony, both of them together. Meaning you put them both together. What do they both agree on? 100. And then that's it. So Manle, so he comes and he says, he comes and he says like this. Right? Amarle v'hama itana mimar lach igarta mimarava. I'm going to bring you a letter from Eretz Yisrael. Then lach like Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar. Lach is not like Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar. Amalei says, lechiteti, so when you bring it to me, then let's speak. Okay. Ha'u gavra, there was a person. The Darbe Kashta Milata Bashana, he lived in the upper story of a house for 4 years. So imagine, he's living in the attic for 4 years. Atamana de Beteshkache, they came, they found him. Amalei, they told him, what are you doing in this house? Amalei, he says, Mi planya de Zvinta de Zavnaminach. I bought it from this guy, they bought it from you. So Atalak when the Ruchia, they came in front of Ruchia. Amalei says, if you have witnesses, the Darba Yehud is that the person that also lived there was there, even for 1 day, I'm going to put it in your hands. Meaning, if you come and you bring witnesses that the middle guy that you said that you bought it from him, that he bought it from the original owner, was there for 1 day, I give it to you. But if not, I'm not going to give it to you. So he says, Rabbi says, I was in front of my uncle, Rabbi. He says, what? Sometimes you flip a property very quickly. You buy it, the next day you sell it. So what's a proof now who's the one that's doing that? So I saw, right, that his opinion was, that if he told him, in front of me, you sold it, my money would be believed. Because he could have said that I bought it from you directly. Meaning there is a mitzvah that he could have just said, I bought it from you. Now that he's saying that he bought it from somebody else, he would be believed to come and say, listen, this guy's here, he's there for a day, and that's it. Rava says, it's logical to like the Tani was learned, something that comes from Yerusha, you do not need Tana. The reason why you don't need it, you don't need a Tana, but you do need a proof. You don't need a claim, but you need a proof. Maybe you don't need either or. If you want, you could actually say, it's different. A person will never come and throw his money away. So the fact that he's actually buying it, for sure he knows that it has to be his. And therefore, for sure, that there's a chazakah that the person is not going to just buy something and he doesn't know that it belongs to him. Okay? Another question, what happens if he's actually seen in the property, but he wasn't seen using it? Meaning he's in the property, but he's not using the property. Rabbi says it's the same thing. Rabbi says no. He says it happens. People they go through it, but they don't actually buy it. Meaning, I'm going to go into a house. I'm going to look at a house. Should I buy the house now? And then I just leave. I'm going to say I bought the house. I didn't do anything in the house. I just walked around. So he says, Shlosha lekuchot mitztarfin. 3 purchasers, they are mitztarfin in a land. Right? Rav says the kulam b'shtar, but all of them need their deeds. And each one of them needs a shtar for it. So the name of this Rav, because Rav holds shtarit lekala that the shtar has a call and the witnesses do not have a call. Rav says the call is like the knowledge that it's going to come out if they actually bought it. Rav says, if you sell it in front of witnesses, you're allowed to collect min chabasim mishubadim. Why? Because it has a call. Everybody knows about it. Everybody finds out. So the answer is, over there with our purchasers, they brought themselves their own loss. Because basically, since they have no guarantee, that's why they brought it. And then we're going to continue Bezat Hashem tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.